Hey guys, today we are going to be culturing and expanding our bacteria, okay? Our labs, which is lactobacillus bacteria or, lactic acid bacteria, labs for short, okay? And that is what we have right here. We're going to be using about half of this liquid in here that is full of lactic acid bacteria. And we're going to be using agave for its nutrient to expand it, okay? And this is the only things that we need. Be sure to go back on our channel and watch the video where I teach you how to breed and culture your own labs. It's fairly simple. It just takes a few weeks to do. So go back and watch that, and then once you have that, I'm going to show you how to do this. And the reason we are expanding it from this amount to 5 gallons is for the reason of pouring it on my compost pile to kickstart its decomposition, okay? So we're gonna inoculate it with certain types of fungi, and we're gonna inoculate it with a large amount of bacteria, and what that's gonna do is it's going to start breaking it down and it's going to get hot, okay? This is called hot composting in KNF, which is Korean natural farming, all right? So you can cold compost or hot compost. I prefer to hot compost because number one, it breaks down a lot faster and it's just quicker. And number two is I like to top dress my raised beds and my garden and everything with that compost. So 3 to 4 weeks after doing this, you have compost ready. And as long as it's in the right ratios for the plants you're top dressing to, it's going to be almost the best thing you can do. The next best thing to worm castings is to hot compost and top dress. In my opinion, that's the second best thing you can do. All right, so I'm going to teach you how to do that today. Now, what you're going to need is the labs, and what we're going to do is go ahead and pour that in our bucket. And all you need is about that much inoculant, probably 200 or 300 milliliters, okay? And that's going to smell. It's going to give off a sweet but pungent odor, all right? Now, what you're going to do is you're going to feed it with either, you can do this with brown sugar, white sugar, agave, honey, or molasses. The only thing that I would recommend you not do is when you're using molasses, do not use molasses with sulfur in it because it will kill your bacteria, all right? So you can use any type of sugar you want. Just try to make sure it's, non-GMO, organic. It doesn't have pesticides, herbicides on it. What we have here is organic amber agave, okay? And I typically will use molasses, but I have this, just on the side. This was extra, so as long as it's organic and it's agave, it's one of the best types of sugar that you could use. So next to molasses, unsulfured molasses, I think this is the best, amber agave. All right, so what we're gonna do is put a 1-to-1 ratio of bacteria and sugar. So you're going to use 200 to 300 milliliters of the bacteria, 200 to 300 milliliters of the sugar source. All right? And that is all you need right there. And I'll give you a little look-see. That's all that's in there. And you're going to give that a good stir around. And this is going to feed your bacteria, all right? So you have bacteria and sugar. The bacteria is going to, it's like Pac-Man, okay? Pretend this is sugar, this is a bacteria. I'm gonna eat that and then poop it out. Now what this is just a byproduct, a byproduct of the bacteria. It's really not a, like a plant food or anything once they eat the sugars. This is not like a fermented plant juice or fermented plant extract. This is not really plant food at all. All we're doing is feeding the bacteria, and then we're gonna give it room to grow. We're gonna fill this up to about 4.5, 5 gallons, and we're gonna seal it off, all right? And this is going to allow them space, which is the fluid, the liquid, the water. That's their space to grow in. And then the food that they're gonna eat to do that is the sugar, okay? And once they breed and expand and work through this sugar, once it's done here in, it really would only take about 7 days, because bacteria approximately double in number every 20 to 30 minutes. So think about that. 7 days, they're doubling in their numbers every 20, 30 minutes. So really, this only takes a week, maybe 2. And as long as you have this in a temperature range of 70 to 90 degrees Fahrenheit, you should not have to burp it. You should not even have to check it at all. It should just be done. And once you lift it up after a 2-week period, or like 10 to 14 days, you should be able to smell it. And if it still smells like sugar or really, really sweet, it's not done. Seal it back off and let it go for another couple days. Now, if you pull it off there and it smells like a fart, a sweet fart, then it's done, okay? Now, what we're gonna do with this is put water in it, fill it up, and we got 5 gallons in there. So, bacteria, sugar, water. That's all you need, okay? And the purpose for this is I'm gonna pour this on to the compost pile, like I've stated before, and it is going to speed up the process by, 10 times just having the bacteria in there. Now, what I do is I go to the woods and I select specific mycelium that's already like breaking down and composting like logs and leaves and stuff like that, and I'll get that, like a trash bag full of it, and then I will inoculate my compost pile, which is comprised of a bunch of different stuff, organic material, and I'll inoculate it with that. That is the fungi, the outside sourced fungi, and then I do this, and then I pour that on there. So I have fungi, like you need mycorrhizal fungi as well, and I try to get different mycorrhizal fungi. That's why I go to the woods for that, because I can't really, I can, but I don't have enough time to be culturing and growing mycorrhizal fungi indoors and then inoculating it. I don't have enough space for that. So that's the reason I go to the woods, to get the mycorrhizal fungi to inoculate my compost pile with, so that they can break it down and they can actually help the plants attach to the roots once I put that on the top dressing and stuff like that. So the mycorrhizal fungi actually help the plants uptake water and nutrients because they have a symbiotic relationship. That's the purpose for that. Now, the bacteria is going to also help break down everything and make it bioavailable for the plants, all right? That's the reason we're using this. That's the reason we use mycorrhizal fungi. So those two combined, massive change to your decomposition as far as composting goes. Now, the only other thing that I use to inoculate my my compost with is actually the already halfway composted substrate that I've used in my mushroom growing operation. And once I use that substrate twice, I get 4 flushes of mushrooms off of it. So pretty much it's already composted before I put it on the pile, but I still put it on the pile just to kind of, you know, turn it into and make a large amount of soil with it. And my mushroom substrate is soybean hulls and oak hardwood sawdust. So once my mushrooms, which are saprobic, those are decomposers, they break that substrate down, and then I re-sterilize it, and then I use it again, and then they break it down again. And beyond that, I don't use my substrate more than twice. But I supplement it the second time, and then basically once it comes out, it's already compost. Okay, so I just basically break all those blocks up, you know, dozens of blocks every week that I put out there, and I just break them up, put them on the pile. And that is, I have 7 different types of fungi that I'm growing indoors. So I have 7 different kinds of decomposing fungi on my compost pile. And then I get the mycorrhizal fungi from the woods that also help break it down. But the purpose for that is for after the compost is already made. When I top dress, the mycorrhizal fungi will go down and attach to the plant roots and actually help the plants grow better. Okay, so that's the purpose. And so I have, you know, probably close to a dozen different types of fungi in my compost, which is excellent. But you don't want to overdo that, because you want a certain ratio fungi to bacteria compost. So the reason that I use compost is sometimes I mix it with the soil in my raised beds at the first of the year before I plant. And then what I'll do after that during the season is every time the compost pile gets done and I have too much, I'll take some out of it and top dress my beds with it. And then I basically feed them fermented plant extracts as food, you know, probably 3 times a week. And this keeps them in the vegetative state. This keeps them, you know, having access to minerals and all of that stuff. So basically what we've done here is we've created a liquid. Here in about 1 to 2 weeks, we'll be able to pour that on our compost and turn it every other day, and we will have a top dressing for our plant beds at that time. So I hope this helped you guys. And we are on all platforms, you know, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, obviously YouTube. We're on all platforms, so you can go over there and you can follow us, Boosted Organics, on any other platform if you're on those more than YouTube. But this is the place where you get in detail information, and I try to bring it to you for free. I do not charge for any of this. My channel's not monetized. I'm getting no money for all this stuff. But I do have a company called Boosted Organics LLC, and in the very near future, we are going to be able to offer classes on this stuff if you need more in-depth help with it, okay? Or you don't want to watch all this content, you just want it now. And in that case, you would have to pay for somebody's time, right? If you don't want to consume 100 hours of content to know all this stuff yourself and then go through the trial and error yourself, what we can do is fast track you. You just have to pay for that information. But I try not to ever make money off this stuff. But anyway, we do offer phone consultations on the website, cultivation consultation, whatever you need as far as cultivation, and we can provide that to you on a 1-hour call. Or if you guys need holistic health help, we can also talk to you over the phone on that too. And on the website, boostedorganics.com, you can buy our tinctures. You have access to all this information. And we have a lot of mushroom stuff on there. My company is mainly health and mushrooms. So we have mushroom jerky, mushroom extracts and tinctures. We have mushroom mycelium cultures, live mycelium on there. We have grow kits, you know, substrate blocks that you can order and we'll ship it straight to you. You can just cut it open, mist it every day, and they will grow. So you can get a hold of us on, you can email us at boostedorganics@gmail.com, or you can head over to the website, message us there, or you can like, share, and comment on this video. And you can go ahead and subscribe to the channel, guys. Hit that notification bell so you're notified about every video that I put out. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.